Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Nathan. Today we're going to make ramen noodles. So sit back and get ready for a wild ride. First, what you do now, I've already prepared the pot. I put water in it, and I can't show you the brand. I'm gonna have to edit that part out. But we got the thing there. And I'm gonna have to edit that. But let's just I like to break the noodles up. Now that's a pretty big debate these days, breaking up the noodles or not. But I like it. And then what we'll do is we'll get a fork, and kind of moisturize the noodles and get them in there nice and good. See that? See how they're submerged in the water? Now what we're gonna do is turn our heat on to high. All right. So now we got the heat on, and we got the noodles in there. And what's happening is the fire is heating up the bottom of the container. And this is called radiant heat. Radiant heat is the process of heat transferring from a source to another object. In this case, the object is the ramen noodles. Now some people, I call them ramen noodles. You might call them ramen noodles. You can call them whatever you want. But I call them delicious too. And you can hear that sizzling noise. That just means the pot's getting hot and all that. Let's get the lighting on here good so we can see what's going on here. And so we got the fire. This is the fire. Oh, that's cool. And we get the fire, and it's heating up the pot or whatever, So we got that going on, and so what we do is we just wait a little bit. So I could edit this out, but I think we got enough time on my camera here to get the whole video in. So that's really important. You don't want to miss any of the process, otherwise then you wouldn't know what to do. You might not know how to cook these. So there are instructions on the bag, I guess. If you look in here, recommended cooking directions: boil 2 cups water, add noodles, break up if desired. Okay, I did that. Remove from heat, stir in seasonings from flavor packet. To lower sodium, use less seasoning. Okay, now so you might be like, well, Nathan, what's sodium? Well, sodium is another word for salt. Now we could get into a long and technical debate over different kinds of salt. I'm sure there's more than one kind of salt. There's sea salt. There's I got some other stuff here. I got salt. And I can't show you this. I can't show you it, but it's a salt. This is salt. Now this kind of salt is it's iodine. So this salt which I'm not going to add to it. I don't want to add more sodium to my food. There's already enough sodium in the flavor packet. But this salt here that I can't show you, but it's since 1914. That's good. And its sodium is 590 milligrams, which is 25% of your recommended daily allowance of salt, and then 45% is iodine. So now I'm not too clear about how they're breaking up this percentage. It doesn't say, well, no, the iodine is 45% of your daily intake. So if the sodium is 25%, that means that if you take 45 and subtract 25, that would give you the difference of sodium to iodine. And there's also in the salt, there's no calories, there's no fat, there's no carbohydrates, and there's no protein in salt. But I will tell you that salt is not a significant source of calories from fat, saturated fat, trans fat, cholesterol, dietary fiber, sugars, vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, and iron. And just so you know, all these values, the percent daily values, are based on a 2,000 calorie diet. So yeah, as far as the ingredients in salt are salt, calcium silicate, dextrose, and potassium iodide. So in case you're wondering what's in salt. Alright, so now you see we got the water boiling. I don't know if you can see that. It's boiling nice and good. I'm going to stir it a little bit, Now, why do I stir it? Now, I stir it because of something called homogeny. Homogeny is the ability for something to distribute evenly throughout an object. So you might have heard in school like homeostasis. Homeostasis is the body's ability to regulate its internal operations. Now I'm not going to get into too much detail about that. You know, I want to focus on the ramen here, or ramen. Remember, I said you can call it either one. You can call it either one too. Now it's starting to really bubble up here, so this is good. This means that the noodles. Now what's happening is the noodles are actually absorbing the water. Because the truth is, a lot of what you eat is comprised of water. In fact, the human body, now this is a debatable percentage, but the human body is between 80 to 95% water. You know, you could even call us water bags if you wanted to. So we just stir it up. Now what you're really looking for is a consistency in the ramen. You're looking for, you know, I like it kind of soft. You know, I like it tender, you know, I like it to be easy to swallow. You know, I mean, you don't want to, I mean, that's why we boil it, you know, I mean, imagine if we didn't boil it, I'd just be sitting there with an open bag of ramen, crunching on it, you know, we don't want to do that, you know. So, and no, yeah, don't worry, with all my videos, I'm not going to make you watch me eat it. And I don't even think I'm going to do a plating. I think this is going to be purely just, the boiling process. Now, I might or may not show you how to strain it. I don't know if I want to move my tripod. I'll have to decide about that coming up. I might. You know, I'll see how I feel when that happens. But we got this here, and it's doing good. So we're just gonna let it, you know, kind of do its thing. You know, as you can see, the bubbles are bubbling pretty good. Now you'll see too, if you took it off the heat, the boiling stops. That's because the radiant heat transfer is gone. Like radiant heat needs a direct contact, or not direct contact, but close contact in this case, to do its job. So it's boiling good. Let's see here what we got for time here. Okay, we got 7 minutes going on, so I don't want to make this video too long. You know, I got some friends, you know, that don't like videos too long. You know, that guy named Mike. You know, I'll drop a little plug in there. Grimdrops.com. Go check it out if you want. That's Grimdrops, GRIMDROP.com. And he's an illustrator friend of mine. So probably the only reason he even watched this. So he'll probably just skip ahead to this part of the video and show it to his friends. He'll probably take this video and edit it, and then I'm just kidding. But so we got the thing. It's doing good. Okay. So I'm at a pretty positive point now with the situation of the ramen here. I think it's at a pretty good stage. It's got this nice consistency, as you can see. It's falling off the fork in a very relaxed and kind of, you know, nonchalant manner. You know, you want to be relaxed when you're eating. You know, that's a pretty important thing. And if your food's relaxed, you'll be relaxed. So, you know, I'm doing that. So that's pretty good. I'm going to turn the heat off now, and I'm going to well, I would cut the video, but I want this to be completely unedited. So just give me 1 second. I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to leave this here, and I'm going to set up my my draining situation. All right. I'm just going into the cupboard here, pulling out my strainer, and putting it in the sink. So now we're going to do a 180. Get ready for this. Okay. Okay, well, okay, this is a huge tripod, so I don't know if we can get this here, but there we go. And now what we're going to do is put the ramen in the strainer. Let me strain it. Now what we're doing now is we're removing the excess water. The water is now leaving through these holes in the strainer, and well, you could say it's evacuating. It's evacuating the noodles, so to speak. You know, it's like if you were to set off a fire alarm or something, people would have to evacuate the building. So this water is evacuating the bowl, it's evacuating the ramen. It's evacuation in every sense of the word. So I'm at a pretty I like my ramen a little bit well, you know, now first of all you might be saying, why did I drain the water, Nathan? Well, that's just what I do. So that's good. And then what I like to do is pour it back into the container like that. You don't want to waste anything, you know. In this economy, you know, we can't afford to waste anything, really. You know, you got to get every little scrap in there. That's good. So we got that. Now, let's we're just actually going to stay here because, you know, in this economy, time is so valuable that we can't afford to move the camera back to its original position. Now, I'm not going to explain why I'm doing this. That might be for another segment. But here we go. We got it in there. I put the whole packet in, by the way. You don't have to. You can put as much or as little as you want. And then we just stir it in here. Now I don't know if you can see this very well, but we just stir it around. Yeah, get it in there nice and good. See that? See the steam coming off there? The steam. Now steam is heat kind of, but it's not really heat. Well, that's actually water. That's called water vapor. It's one of the 3 stages of matter, not counting the 4th, which would be plasma. We're not going to get into that. Plasma only exists on the surface of the sun. Plasma is also a part of your blood, has plasma in it. So then we got that. And there we go. So that's, I'm pretty satisfied with the the ramen there. That's looking pretty good to me. Now what we're gonna do is, if you want to see this, right there, yeah, there we go. And I got plenty of room, you know. I mean, you know, you don't need to get all crazy with the whatever. Okay, so now we're gonna put it. This is called bowling, not to be confused with plating, because I'm putting it in a bowl. And then we just put the ramen into the container. Again, not wanting to. You know, I could even use a spoon if I wanted to get more of the ramen out of the bowl, but I'm not gonna do that. We don't want to get crazy with it. And then there you go. And you just got ramen here. I don't know if you can see that. You got ramen here. And this is what it looks like. And yeah, I'm pretty pleased. Now, well, this would be pretty interesting, a first-person view of me eating it, you know? But I'm not going to do that. So, thank you for watching Cooking with Nathan. Maybe I'll call this the late edition. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to edit it or not, but I might. And that's all. So thank you for watching. And now you know how to cook ramen noodles. Now don't be afraid. They're relatively inexpensive, you know. Now they range from, you know, depending where you buy them, from 25 cents a packet to 50 cents a packet. You know, if you buy in bulk, you'll always save money. And that's all I have to say. So hello, goodbye, and good night. And I will see you in the future. Bye-bye.